Welcome back to the homestead, everybody. It's cold. It's unusually cold for southern Arizona. It's, I think, like 35, 36 degrees outside right now, which usually only gets this way a couple times out of the winter every year. It's very unusual. It's been like this for like 2 or 3 weeks now. I'm not used to it. I may have lived in the Pacific Northwest for 6 years, but this is different. So we're here today to talk about my problems. Not really, more like my problem. That one. So, vet came out just a couple days ago and he did a palpation on her. And come to find out, Athena actually was pregnant. She was pregnant for all of about 7.5 to 8 months, and then the calf died and mummified. So that's the problem we're dealing with, is that she has a mummified calf in her that is about the size of a normal calf, and we're trying to get it out. We can't manually go in and take it out. No, we cannot do a C-section because the cost for a C-section would get me like 4 more cows. And even my vet said he's not going to do that to us. He said he would rather help us find a new cow than to spend the money to do a C-section. That probably won't even work. That probably won't even leave her fertile. So right now we're waiting on hormones to kick in. We gave her a shot of estrumate, which I think has luteolice in it. And maybe, I can't remember. I think it does. And then we'll give her another shot in 2 weeks. So I believe that would be like the end of the month when we would give her another shot if the first shot doesn't work. We still have, I think, like a week and a half before we determine if the shot didn't work or not. And then we can go ahead and give the second one. Now, if Athena does not pass this calf at all, like does not try to push it out, nothing, the cheapest thing to do with her would be to fatten her up and send her to butcher, unfortunately. I know that's not what everybody wants to hear because Athena has become a fan favorite on Instagram, TikTok, and even on Facebook. She's not really or she's not really YouTube famous as of yet, or as of now. But yeah, she would end up getting fattened up and go to butcher. No, I don't know anybody in the state that would want a non-breedable, non-producing dairy cow as a pet. So that's why we would probably just send her off to butcher. If a buyer did come up and want her as a pet, strictly for pet, knowing that she can't be bred, I'd be willing to sell with caution and just say, expect that the mummified calf could cause some issues a little later down the road. But hopefully we can get it out. But our vet is pretty awesome. He said he's going to help talk to a couple dairies and see what he can help us find, if there's anybody that has something available, because then at least we can talk to those dairies and then see if they have a bred and milk cow that they don't need anymore that we could buy to replace Athena. So that's fun. We are done with kidding season. Everybody has had their goat kids. We have 13 total, 7 does, 6 bucks, no casualties. We did have just one incredibly rough delivery that took a kind of a mental and physical toll on me, honestly. I don't know if I would have been able to do it if it wasn't for the help of some friends. But Daphne, our biggest boar, we already knew she was probably going to have some complications because she was so large that she couldn't really go anywhere. She couldn't walk anywhere hardly. She would literally lay in her pen all day long and only get up for water and for food. She would pee and poop right where she was laying. We tried everything to get her up. We tried extra sugar like molasses and grain. We tried going in there and like forcing her to get up. We did everything to get her to move, and she would not move for the last like 2 or 3 weeks of her pregnancy. The day that she finally did pop, it was actually around dinner time. I think it was about 5 p.m. when my husband texted me and said, hey, she's pushing. I ran out, and sure enough, she was pushing. She had a water sac poking out. So I just watched with caution, and head comes out, a foot comes out, no other foot. So I told my husband to run in and grab the gloves, and I made a split second decision and ended up just hooking the leg and pulling the baby out. I just fine. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that gross. So I handed off the baby to Daphne to clean. It was a little boy, a little tiny boy. Oh my gosh, the thing probably don't weigh no more than 6 pounds at birth. And then, so, okay, gave her some time, no big deal. She started pushing, but not really pushing. So I thought, okay, she's just tired, give her some time. 30 minutes in between kids is normal, sometimes up to 45, no big deal. And, so then I'm waiting. I see a water bag, but I don't see a baby. See just the water bag. Okay, no big deal. I've seen this before in goats and videos and stuff. I'm waiting, and I'm like, something's not right. So I texted my, she's my goat mentor now. My really good friend, Amberly, with Desert Heart Dairy Goats. And I said, when do I need to intervene? And she said, just give her a little bit more time. So I gave her a little bit more time. And I reached out to a couple more goat friends. I was like, something just doesn't seem right. And one gal I know, that's eastern side of the United States, she said now, like intervene now. So I went in, and I'm glad that I did. Honestly, I'm glad that I did a second guessed myself, and I got another opinion, because I was like, something doesn't seem right. And I went in, and the baby was head first, no feet. So when goat babies and cow babies are coming out, they should be supermanning, both front feet forward, head on the feet. And no, this baby was head first, no feet. So I had to literally push the baby back in and find the baby's feet. I found one, couldn't find the other, then I found the other, and it was a struggle to get the head to stay on top of the feet. But I managed. I pulled the baby out. Beautiful, beautiful little white doeling, but huge. I won't even say little. She was huge. Pretty sure she was 8 pounds at birth. Massive doeling. And then I sat there, just waited for a few more minutes. I was like, okay, give her a break. Don't go in. You're fine. It's all good. And then she wasn't doing anything. Daphne wasn't doing anything. She wasn't pushing. She was just laying there. And I don't blame her. She just had her human's arm up her hoo-ha, moving babies around, moving her organs around, basically. She's tired. I don't blame her, honestly. Been there, done that. It's not fun. Not babies, but I've had 3 kids. All 3 had to be intervened. I get it. Anyways, so then I was like, okay, I need to find the next baby. I know she has 3. So I went in, and sure enough, she had 3. Or at least there was a 3rd one. And I'm feeling, and I felt the head, and I could not find legs. Then I found legs, and then I couldn't find the head. So in my mind, I'm thinking, this baby's folded in half. And I was freaking out, and I didn't know what to do. And I found a leg. I'm pulling the legs are retracting. Like, I broke the water sac and everything. Like, this baby was not coming normally. I ended up making a very quick phone call to my friend on the East Coast and saying, I need your help. What do? I can't find this baby's head. I think it's breech. And, she calmed me down and she told me to go slow, find first the legs, then find a mouth. She said, put the head on top of the legs and pull. And I was able to finally rearrange the baby, and I pulled it out. It was like I swear she was 9-pound doeling. Just a huge, huge baby. And thank goodness that was it. No more babies needed to be pulled. Daphne had all of her babies. I did a full uterine sweep just to make sure nothing was left behind, that I didn't need to pull. And then I let her clean herself out. So we let her pass everything, and then I think it was like 6:30 at night, 7 o'clock at night when we were finally done. I was exhausted. It was a very, very long evening. I think think I was up until 10 p.m. tending to just Daphne. Mind you, that's the same morning that Daisy popped, and Daisy had her kids bright and early. Actually, it was around this time, which is about, I think it's almost 8, or maybe it's just after 8. I called them popsicle babies because it was 30 degrees outside, and she decided that's what she's gonna have her babies. So Daisy's babies are appropriately named Dilly and Blizzard. So Juniper just had her babies yesterday, so they're fresh. She's still kind of scared, doesn't know what she's doing. So it's the first time we let them be for a little bit and just gently check on them throughout the week. And then we go in there and we start messing with the babies, we start messing with mom. So yeah, that's the saga of what's going on here at the homestead. I know a lot of you have been asking me, with summer quickly approaching, I know it is just barely middle of January, but summer starts early here in the southwest deserts of Arizona, or the bottom half of Arizona in general. I had a lot of you ask me how we are going to keep these animals cool during summer. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's not my worry at this very moment. I will make sure to get a video compiled and made up for all of you guys probably in the next month or two, probably by March, of how we're going to keep these gigantic behemoths and everybody else alive during the harshest summers, I think, in the entire continent. The summers here are brutal. So we'll get that done. We're still waiting on Belle to calve. I believe we are almost to 30 days. Yeah, actually next week we'll be on the 30-day watch, and we will be watching closely because Belle, we're anticipating her. And I'm very excited, and I'm ready for having a cow in milk. I'm ready for this next adventure. So we will see. We will see what happens next. I can't wait to show you guys the new baby cow. See if I can get up to these nuggets without scaring them. Okay, so these are Shelby's kids. That's Shelby. That's Billy, Brownie, and Maggie. Maggie's her only doeling, and Billy and Brownie are her bucklings. Brownie had some issues with Shelby possibly rejecting him shortly after birth, but that's because Brownie was born with subnormal temperatures. He was 95 degrees when I found him, and goat central temps should be between 101.5 and 103.5, so we had to warm him up. He's been doing great since then, thank goodness. I'm pretty sure Velma's kids are in that tire, staying warm, and quite honestly, I don't blame them. But Velma's kids, she had 2 girls and a buck. The girls are appropriately named Canelo and Carmelo because they look just like Cinnamon and Caramel. Oh no, Canelo and Carmelo. That's Caramel and Cinnamon, I believe, in Spanish. I gotta look that up. I cannot remember. If any of y'all know Spanish, can you correct me? I can't remember what Canelo stands for. Anyways, and then her son we just called Nugget. The reason why the boys kind of get silly names is because most of the boys will be going off to process once they are large enough. So, except for you, Hershey, you're just kind of here. See if we can find Daisy's kids. Oh, there's one right there. They're in the feeder. Pretty sure that's the doe, I think. Yes, that is the doeling. So that would be Dilly. And then Daisy's buckling, who's probably in the feeder as well. That would be Blizzard. Let's see if we can find Blizzard without spooking anybody. There you are. And that's Blizzard. So we have, I know they're not even appropriately colored, but it works. They're the popsicle babies. Oakley here, she's the next breeding stock, but at the same time we might end up just selling her or butchering her. She does not have a fun attitude. Not not sure if I'm gonna like her. So I think the one thing I'm the most excited about when it comes to, I tried alfalfa for the boys. The thing I'm most excited about when it comes to having raw cow's milk is being able to make all my own butter and all my own cheese. Well, most of my own cheese. There's some cheeses I can't make that I like, but I'm thrilled for the rest. I'm thrilled for clabber. I'm thrilled for cream cheese. I'm thrilled for sour cream. All of it. I cannot wait. Let me introduce you guys to our new buck. This is Clyde. He is 100% boar. We are really excited to breed him to our boar ladies this following season. Hi, Clyde. Silly boy. I know, you're gross. And then over here we got Blue. He's the daddy to almost all the babies this year. The other daddy, the one who bred the boars, that was Bucky. Bucky went to freezer camp. He was very mean. Bucky was literally destroying the pen. He was ripping fencing apart. He was tearing down wood. So we didn't like Bucky. Bucky very quickly went to our freezer. All right, guys, here's Daphne and the babies I pulled. So the two right here that are nursing, I pulled those ones. The little boy here, he's the one that I had to get his front leg. But they're huge. So I have been calling the girls Laverne and Shirley, and the boy Olaf. The reason for Laverne and Shirley is because Daphne and her sister Velma are named after a dynamic female duo from Scooby-Doo. So I was like, let's pick another dynamic female duo. Let's go to my dad's childhood and let's pick Laverne and Shirley. I don't know who's who yet, but they're Laverne and Shirley. And then over here we have Juniper with her babies who have 0 names yet. That's the girl, that's the boy. They are fresh. They are not even 24 hours old yet. They will be 24 hours old sometime around 3 p.m., maybe 4. But they are little, and I gotta get that Tupperware out of your pen, sweetie. After every mama gives birth, we give them warm molasses water, and that has been the warm molasses water bucket this season. And you are already trying to be a buck. You are not even 24 hours old yet. The doeling I absolutely adore, and I think we are going to keep her because her mom is 100% Kiko, and I want to keep those genetics. So pretty sure we are going to keep that doeling, and I just got to come up with a name for her. Because Juniper is named after a tree, I might name her daughter after a tree as well. We might call her Aspen or something like that. That's actually pretty cute. Maybe I'll propose that to hubby. And the boy, I'll just get some ridiculous name because he's probably going to go to process. I'll probably call him Chancho or something silly. So that's it for breeding season, except for the cows. So proud of these goats. Very pleased with the stock that has come out. I know, Freya, you like seeing the babies. You like seeing your babies. What's up, Bruno?